they work as they go to cases. They are firemen, doing nothing more than looking after our equipment, going rescue people. As for myself, I have another employee agreement. So I go to cases and help people, but I don't have to do much of fixing cars, and I meet you instead. This is in my employee agreement to speak for people, to educate the society, to train people, and that kind of stuff. So I have other things to do when I'm not going out helping people in cases. And for that we have two kinds of employee agreements, which is quite new in Sweden. It's getting there more and more, but go back 5 years, and almost no one had this kind of employee agreement that I have. And if you don't, it's very hard to meet our society, because I need to be here daytime when you are awake. You can't meet me at the night, you're asleep at night. So for me, I'm here during days. I'm not here much in weekends and nights, just to be able to meet the people living in Norrtälje. When we go to cases, to someone's aid, we have a leader, which is called insatsledare. He's based on this station, and he's helping us if this station has to work with another station. Two stations going to the same case. Then he is the one that telling these guys, you are doing this, you are doing that. So he's a leader. If it's a smaller case with one station going to this case, then we have one step down, another leader called styrkeleder, and he's the boss for us tonight. That's the guy who came with coffee to you. He's my boss for the night. Yeah. So if we are going on a case during this night, he will be the boss, as long as it's just this station that goes on the case. If we get help from any other station, this guy will also follow.
And they are always here, both of them?
Both of them, yeah.
Or can it be the same person?
Nope. Nope. Sometimes we have to go down to Stockholm and help. In those cases, there might be 10 different stations from this regional area, Stockholm area, that helps each other with one case, with one large fire, for example. It could be 10 stations. Then he's not enough. It needs more leaders on top of him, and they will be sent from Stockholm. Mm-hmm. So we could add people on top of him if it gets a stand-in for him in each group. So it's a stand-in for the group leader.
How many are you all together?
In each group we are one styrkeleder, one leader, and 5 firefighters, firemen. And one of these 5 firemen are also a stand-in for him, trained to take over the cases. So we are working in some kind of hierarchical way, even at each station. We have a leader and a leader under that, and then comes the firefighters. And in cases, they are telling us, you up on the roof, do that. And there's no argument. You can't take the time to argue, even though if it's a bad decision. That's something we take with us back and discuss afterwards, after the case. We don't have time during cases to argue. That's why we have this.
But do you always have debriefing after
No.
months? No. It's not very difficult. But
Exactly. It's up to us. If I want to have a debriefing session, I will just ask for it afterwards. We also have something called arbetsplatsträffar, which means we sit down as a group discussing how we like it here at our place where we work. Working times. It could be anything actually. The coffee is too bad. It could be the sleeping beds are not very comfortable. Anything. So we have these kinds of meetings. I think it is 4 times a year, where you could, as a firefighter, you can say your opinion about almost anything, which will then be brought. Our opinion will then be taken to the management, and they will consider, can we do something about this to help the guys feel better about the work. We also have another kind of meeting, which this guy, the group leader, has in private with each firefighter. So in my case, Erik, who brought you the coffee, he and me, just us, sits down and he will give me points of improvements that I have to work on. You're good at this, but you need to work on this to be even better. And that kind of discussions, which makes me improve myself in my work. We also have a very strong union. So our management, they need to almost anything that they would like to make different in our workplace, they have to go through the union and get it approved by the union. Otherwise, they can't do it. If they would like to change our working hours, for example, or they would like to change anything in my employee agreement, they have to go through the union and get it approved. Very short on how it could look like in an accident, in a case. This is a car accident that we go to. Someone has smashed a car. Someone sees this accident, of course, and notices. They dial a phone number, which is 112. What kind of emergency number do you have? Is it 112 as well?
Yeah, the same number. Same number
for you?
From mobile. 01 from other.
Sorry?
This from mobile, and if it is from station, it is 01.
Is it 0? Okay, just to get outside the switchboard, yeah.
01.
Так 112,
С мобильного тоже, если я сказала.
112,
Да, я сказала.
01 нету, там говорят уже.
So this call will reach SOS, which is
The same, yes.
At SOS, they will, as soon as they know that this accident is something that the rescue services need to go to, they will send over this call to a local rescue center. a local SS, only for firefighters. So these guys only dispatch rescue services, fire rescue services. So, because it could also be someone is very sick, then these guys would have sent the call to ambulances or the medical care go out instead. But this case, it's us. Probably they will also send the call to the ambulance to get an ambulance to this place, to this case as well. But in our case, we have a separate rescue central.
Know about these accidents.
Yes.
You know the people.
And it's very, very frank, it's very open, it's very emotional, and very, very, I think it's very educating. And I don't know, but I think the reduce of young people died in car accidents in the community is due to that. And I wrote to the community top level to say, you may not stop with this, because they were maybe taking this away. But I think it's the third year now. They're working with, the station is working with the information about this.
You see movies that how car in different speed collides with a tree. You see how deep into the car the tree goes. So it helps young people to understand what will happen when they smash something.
And even fast driving. We had a very tough accident in Turka where I stayed. And he showed that slide, and the students can decide. He asked how many cars are involved in this, and most of the people say 2. No, he says no. Is it 3-car accident? No, it's just 1 car, but looks like if it's.
And what about Maritima, terroristi Maritima?
Sea rescue.
No.
How much do you know about sea rescue?
A little bit. There are 2 large sea rescue organizations in Sweden. First one is based on vad heter det? Frivillighet. They are volunteers. They don't get paid, so to speak, more than they have no salary. They are paid for the hours they are helping people at the sea. So they are volunteers. The other big organization is the one I mentioned earlier, the Coast Guard. And together these 2 organizations are doing basically every kind of sea rescue operation in our waters. In our case, the local group, the local organization of Sjöräddningen, which they are called, these volunteers, they are attached to us here. So we have, if we need to go out helping people living on the islands outside Norrtälje, we are going with their boat, with their captain on the boat, and we are the firefighters going with them to take care of the fire. But they are skilled to handle the boat, to handle the sea, to navigate, so they will do the boat driving. And of course, if other boats are in need of help, they go by themselves, of course. But they are attached to us so in a matter in Norrtälje, but it doesn't need to be that way. If you look at other communities or other local areas in Sweden, they are their own, based on volunteers.
For which money they exist?
Fundings and people giving them money. Large companies are and vad heter det? Försäkringsbolagen, insurance companies and large companies are giving them money, funds to do this.
And how come it's still like that? I think it's been discussing if they should go into the rescue, but it's still voluntary.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
No, I think it's from old times.
Yes, and it will be very expensive.
Probably.
Many people.
Is it in law that insurance company can give money to this maritime voluntary people?
No, it's
only wishes of insurance.
Because the insurance companies, I would believe the insurance company think that they actually earn money by giving funds to these guys, making the accidents not that big and expensive for the insurance companies. I mean, if I go out with my boat and it sinks, it costs a lot of money to pick up my boat from the bottom of the sea, a lot of insurance money. But if I get help, so my boat doesn't sink, I get help from these volunteers.
Means that you must
it's cheaper for the insurance company.
You must have insurance of your boat. But if your boat is small and you have no money to buy insurance,
but they don't know that. It's a statistic calculation.
It is, yeah. So it's not.
In Russia, nobody pay insurance for boat.
Okay.
Small boat.
No.
Only if it is a very expensive yacht or something, and nothing more.
Yeah.
But here I don't think you...
But it's not only insurance companies that give funds to these, it's other companies as well.
And private persons also.
Yeah.
Which, with no benefits thinking at all. Just, here, we'd like to help you, we got the money, you need it. You're welcome, use it, spend it well.
Thank you. In Russia we have no such presentator who will present you money and you can spend well. We have no such.
Usually they would like to have the logotype on the boat or something like.
Те, которые хотят, чтобы их логотип был на корабле. Например, okay, I will translate to our staff that stimulation, which insurance, значит, которые это компании страховые, они хотят, чтобы меньше судов тонуло, и им не надо выплачивать, компенсировать тогда вот это утонувшее, потому что их со дна собирать очень дорого, эти судна поднимать. А во-вторых, можно привесить, компании готовы подарить деньги судну, лишь бы, вот спасательному, лишь бы оно привесило логотип. Значит, вы на своей резиновой лодке, на резинке, натяните логотипы хороших компаний. And third item, the first, that's insurance, the second, logotip, and third, what it was the third?
But I think it's an old Swedish tradition, and I think those people working with the series is very proud.
Yes.
And we are, as Swedish people, we are very proud to have the series.
Они им доверяют, и поэтому готовы им подарить
So they have a
деньги.
lot of
People
sponsors.
on the sea are supposed to help each other with no benefit.
Yeah.
That we have a law that boats on sea must help each other. In car you don't need to help another car, but boats must help each other.
Лодки должны помогать друг другу. But if your boat will not help to others, what
You
it
will
will?
be punished.
Это же везде такое, что лодки нас
I
тоже
think it's
такое.
also a law that you have to, you can't go
Их же засудили, тех
you
капитанов,
can't pass
которые мимо
an
прошли.
accident without calling.
At land,
Большие капитаны, а маленькие?
you need to
Маленькая
call for
лодка,
help.
да.
You don't need
Большие
actually to
мимо
involve
проходят.
yourself. You need to call. Yeah.
Судили капитанов больших. Дампные просто большие лодки.
It is a very old tradition, and this group of people, these volunteers, it started as people working on the sea, fishermen, people going on cargo boats. They were the first guys to start this organization, the Sea Rescuers. And then during the years it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger with the volunteers. Still a lot of people in this organization is still working on the sea, have their own boats and that kind of stuff. So you could still be, as a private person with your own boat, you could connect yourself to this organization. If someone goes missing, ends up in the water and goes missing, it may be not enough to send the official sea rescue boats that we have in Norrtälje. They are just 2-3 boats. Maybe we need 20 boats. Then they can call in private people, as myself, to take my boat and add one more boat to the fleet, which will go out looking for the people.
Do you have boat?
I have a boat.
Motor boat or yacht or which?
A smaller one, 8 meters fishing boat. Yeah.
With motor.
With motor, yes.
Not only
Maybe you will
boat.
save some time. Here, Leonard has 14 boats. By this. Maybe sometimes
with
you will
oars.
help them. Yes, okay. And what about information? How information will come to you from them? It means that they have information center, this voluntary organization. They have information
They
center?
have, for any marine activity, we have one local center, which is called, they were called MRCC. They're not called that anymore. They are called